All right, compositions of functions. If y'all are old enough to remember the MTV show with Exhibit called Pimp My Ride, where he's talking about putting like a TV inside of his trunk to watch TV when he's in his trunk or something like that. It's pretty much like the same idea with compositions. We're putting a function inside another function to be able to find the value uh, of that said function. So anyway, this will be real short. Um, it's just a real basic concept that you actually have seen in Algebra 2, and you may or may not remember it, but essentially, like, this is all we're doing right here. That's it right there. So the first thing is the notation, the f of g business. That's how we would say this is f of g of x right there. That's why I wrote that in quotations. This little symbol just means the composition. And so it just depends on which one's first. If it, G and then the little composition circle and then F, then it would be G of F of X. So yeah, anyway, that's that. And then just kind of got 4 examples here using these 2 examples. So does that make sense? So we're going to be using F of X and G of X for A through D. Hopefully that makes sense. The first thing is that finding F of G of X. So remember, this is the same thing as this. And so I'm literally going to take g of x, so x minus 3, and plug it in for every x that I see in here. So f of x minus 3. So therefore I'm going to be plugging in x minus 3 in for that. So x minus 3 squared. That's it. One last thing, if you want to be able to get the exact thing, the exact value, go ahead and multiply that out. You can use box method, FOIL, any of that stuff. That just means x minus 3 times x minus 3. And whatever best method you like, but you can do first, outside, inside, last. So you're going to end up with x squared minus 3x plus 9, or x squared minus 6x plus 9. B is very similar. We're just plugging in f now into g. So this is the same thing as g of f of x. Plugging in x squared into this. So our notation, g of x squared. And then I'm going to literally plug in x squared for every x that I see up here. So x squared minus 3. Sorry, I forgot to box my answer here. And then the last 2, we're finding f of g of 5. So literally I can use what I did in A, and now I'm just plugging 5 in for right there. Or you can do it the long way. You can plug 5 into G, get that, and then plug that number in there. I can show you either way. This one's a little quicker just because we already did it. So if I plug in into here, I get 5 squared minus 6 times 5 plus 9. So that's 25 minus 30 plus 9. And so that gives me 4. If you're to do it the other way, I'm going to take 5, plug it into G. So 5 minus 3 is 2. And then I'm going to plug it into F, which would then be 2 squared, which is 4. So either way, we end up with the same answer. And same thing with D, G of F of 2. I can plug 2 into B, this original one right here. So 2 squared minus 3 gives me 1. Or you could literally take 2, plug it into F. So we're taking 2, put in there. And so I'd get 4, so that's what 2 squared is, minus 3, and I still get 1. Either way, end up with the same answer. And that's compositions in a nutshell.